everybody, how y'all doing? Well, yeah, you know, it's nice in here right now. That little heater, yeah, it's working out really good. I just got realizing though, I don't think it has a temp over sensor, but I got her. It's been up there for 2 days, so. But the 60 over motor's been washed, cleaned, and we're back. And I got the cam bearing driver there. We're about ready to get going on this, and I'll tell you right now, just one little thing quick and then we're getting into this build. I'm starting to feel better all of a sudden. Well, that's because the doctor finally understood what's going on, and I told him I do believe I'm fighting depression, people. It's the aches and pains and everything else that comes with depression. I told him I did not want that medication because the last time I was on it, it took me to almost 600 pounds. Well, the stuff he put me on today, he guarantees it's not going to do that. I took that a few hours ago because now it's later in the afternoon. Oh yeah. It's late afternoon already. I didn't realize that, but all of a sudden I've got my energy and I'm feeling a little more confident. So, but the pharmacist told me it's going to take 3 to 4 days to feel the full effects. Well, if I'm already feeling the effects in 5 hours, I'm going to be interested to see what it feels like in 3 to 4 days. So, I guess I'll get stuff lined up, and we're going to get the cam bearings banged into this thing and get going on a build and get some of these parts saved up, because March 3rd is coming way too fast. So anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, I think I'm ready. I got my trusty wrench, cam bearing driver set up, and now and here's the cam bearings I'm using. And then if you ever get a cam bearing and somebody's mean and takes that away from you, as well. So, cam bearing that should be in number 5. The way back one is. Whew, that was just a good save. Number 5 should be 4-2. Yep, number 5. Okay. And I got to remember to mark these this time with arrows, because last time I had it where I wanted it, I put it in and the cam bearing was on the hole was on the wrong side. See, there's been a lot of arguments over. Some guys like putting it to where you look down the hole. Hey, I got it lined up. Yeah, yes and no. You want it? You don't want that, because the oil pressure comes down around your cam bearing, and if it comes down around both sides and comes to here and goes to the main, how is oil supposed to go uphill? That's why they offset them on the side, so the oil pressure comes and puts a film, and you want it on the drive side so it pulls that film in and rides on it. So yeah, so the front and rear go in, and what I call the rear goes in at a 7 o'clock, and the 3 centers go in at a 4 o'clock when the block's upside down. So wait, yeah, that's why I've been doing it, or otherwise no, sorry. Crank rotations this way. Cam's going to rotate this way. So you want that to pull it. Okay. Sorry, correction. The front and rear go in at 4 o'clock, and the center ones go in at 7 o'clock. Because the oil gets, the front gets different, and well, your front one actually has 2 holes in it. So, alright, so if that's the case, making sure. This is number 5. So I'll put the arrow down. Number 4 should be the 4-3. That's what it is, so number 4. Number 3 should be a 4-3. I'm gonna read this. Number 2 should be a 4-2. Okay, yeah. So three. And there's the phone. Okay, well, this is where I wish I had a helper here, but right now we got those like that. So what I usually do with the cam bearings is I find the hole, and line it up with the split. And the cam bearing. That over here. Actually, we'll there, there. Okay. And since I know where that is, and I wanted that at the 4 o'clock on the front, and having those marks help. Whoa, sorry. I knew I was going to do something like that. Now what are you guys seeing? You're seeing out there, okay. Let's see. Okay, there you are. There's my arrow. And see, there's the hole. Since I got it there, that would be 3 o'clock because of this split in force. So I turn that until that lines up with the cylinders over here. Then that knows where I want, and then right there's the oil passage too. My arrow lines up with that, so yeah, time to check it. Can't. I need a flashlight. One thing I forgot. Oh, there it is. Not quite. Let's see. Okay, not quite. So put it back in there. And let's see. There. Yep, I'm in the groove. So Do that on number 4. Okay. Number 4's right there. So okay, now you can see. So this one I'll have to stand up for. So again, put that down. And right there, I've got her lined up. That pocket. Okay. There's 3. There's 9 o'clock, and there's about 7 o'clock. Again, there's the arrow. Doing this all these years, I kind of know where my stop works. Just a hair more. I just can see got half of a hole. And you guys, it ain't that hard to do this. I mean, yeah, I could have drove it in and called it good, but you've seen the oil pressures I get with my motors. So, in there I'm dead center. So, I'll do that with the rest of these. And got the cam here. Whoops. That's right, I'm zoomed in, don't I got the cam here out of the 327. I'll wash that off quick and I'll test fit it, make sure the bearings fit. And I'll keep moving on here. Okay, we're gonna test fit this cam here. I washed it off. So I wish I had the cam that was going to go in here. This is a good time to put your camshafts in. It's right now, because if you have to, you can guide it. So far, so good. Oh yeah, free as a bird. That's what we wanted. I know that's not the camel shaft I'm going to use in it, but that's where we're going to store it for right now. Okay, so before I put the bearings in and forget it, we got to put this plug in here, which I got to get a couple of, you know, no matter, now that I'll have all this stuff out, I'll be prepared on the next few motors, but I got to get the driver for this, the red Loctite for that, because now you guys can see here too. There's how much I opened up that hole so the oil can just flow in and have a nice, instead of having to come in there and make a 90-degree turn, now it just flows. Something I've always done to all my motors. But yeah. So, alright, I'll go get the thing for that and the red Loctite. We'll put that one in. And I know everybody doesn't have an inspection cam, but you go through this hole right here above the oil filter. You go through that hole, and if that plug is down past that hole, you went too far. Then you're gonna have to back it out and figure out somehow doing that. So we'll get to that point, and we'll go and check that out. Okay, kind of got you guys set up on the camera, and right there, that shiny, that's the threads. And I can't remember if this is the driver I use or not. I mean, so I got that so the camera is facing the correct way. And you don't want this one moving, so you put red Loctite on it. But you want it to be able to be removed again someday, but so that's why you put the red. I mean, I don't think this is my driver. Nope, I ran out. Okay. Oh, where the heck is it? You know, I used to use a socket before. Yeah, it's ran out of reach. All right, hang on. Okay. Can you guys see? All right, I found a driver. See it just. Huh. Oh, really? Hey, guy. Oh my God, this can go away. This can go. You're right, this morning it wasn't too bad, but as the day's gone on, it's just gone to hell. You're right, right? Yeah, it's not going to be good. Yeah, my back doctor hasn't canceled yet, so hopefully I get some answers tomorrow. And I don't like what my family doctor had to say today, but yeah. Well, he's probably going to tell me unless I get the weight off, I'm screwed. I now know why I'm walking with the limp. My doctor, he goes, well, I ain't going to go into detail. He can do that tomorrow since you're seeing him tomorrow. But he had a spinal thing there, and what I've got happening down there in my lower back is I'm getting bone spurs now, which are starting to pinch on my nerves and spinal cord and that stuff. And okay, there's the plug, which I've installed right down there. Let's see what I go with the flashlight. Oh, right here. Jeepers. Oh, sorry about this. Just had somebody call and actually ask how I was doing, and so that's, yeah. See, there's the plug. There it is. So, and here's where I'm going through, and there's what we see. There's the bottom of the plug, and it's tight in there, and it's been Loctited. So that's where your oil splits. So, okay, so right there, see, you come out. I mean, you can. That's the nice thing about inspection cams. You can inspect everything, and then let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Come on. Now see that's why this hole's here, and here they drilled them. Let's see. Just up there at the top of the screen, you just barely. Huh. Okay. You see that? You know you're down. You got oil because it's looking at the Goodson box there. So I know the plug is down below, and it's not sank too far. So yeah, that's a whoops. That's a properly installed plug right there. So that's in. So now we can go ahead and put the crank bearings in, the rear seal, and put stuff in to stay and not have it fail. So yeah, I know not everybody's got stuff like this, but I've got the DeWalt one too that I thought was gone, but I finally found it. It was just put in a weird spot. I actually thought that grew legs and walked off, but I found it. So that's in. So now I need to get back there and turn on my air compressor so I can blow that crankshaft off with this. Oh, while we're at it, we're going to excuse me, ouch. Ouch. We're going to put the one in. There it is. Above the oil filter. You don't want to forget that one. That would be a mess too. So, like I said, I chased all those threads and everything last night before I took this to the machine shop to have it clean today. Let's see. There it is. So yep, get this one in. There you go. Had a guy that used to install those. He said, "Oh, they're installed correctly when you strip them out." Okay. And since we're installing these plugs so we don't forget them, we're going to do the last one. Get my shirt down so I don't. And that's the one up here. I sprayed the lifter valley down with WD-40 to keep it from flashing. But the other one we got to get in is right here. So, and again, that one there, oops, there's one here on the, you forget that and you got your heads and lifters all set, you're going to cry because you're going to have to undo all that. So, again, we're going to Loctite it so it seals. Turn around the threads a little bit, and you gotta make sure it's below deck on this one too. Alright. Okay. There. That's the three main. Okay, well. Now that's the ones that would give you headaches. This one and the one down under the oil pressure gauge would be the ones that give you headaches. And we're on a roll here. Let's see. I got 3 left in the box. I got 2. Oh, I do have 3. Hey, we just emptied out the box, and that was a box of 25. There you go. So, all right. Well, then we're just gonna. Oh, you're going. You goofed. Yes, I did. I forgot to check that one before I put the cam bearing in. Snot. You got to pay attention, and we'll go ahead and do these side ones here. Get these. Actually, I know I got a little shorter ones of those, but we'll see how this one goes. Dang it, I knew I forgot. Too much on my mind. I mean, you got to keep a clear head when you're doing this stuff. Let's see. We just want to run this one in dry, see how it feels. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get my ruler. That's about where it should be. Just flush. But I might need to find a shorter plug. So I want to measure the thickness. See how long this reaches. Actually, that does look like it's going to be okay. But I want to verify it. I'm going to take my caliper, slide it in, measure it, see what the difference is, and we'll. If it does go in and it's just flush, I don't feel comfortable, then I'll go ahead and hit it and stake it too. So, but I think it's going to be okay. So, all right, I'll get that checked out. Okay, I went to where the edge of the hole is. Oops, I must have moved it. And it's gonna be just flush. That'll be perfect. So, like I said, the safeguard on this one to make sure that extra security's there to make sure it don't come out. I'm going to probably hit it with a chisel and stake it. So there you go. So yeah, I'll take my chisel, stake it just to make sure, because that was flush from out here and that's where that's at. So that just clears. Thank goodness. So that leaves one more we could put in the back. Now if you were running the solid lifted cam and that, you would put your plug right there in the middle. Then on the outside you put what they call oil restrictors. Well, I don't know what cam I'm putting in this for sure yet, but we have now got it ready to where we can install the cranking bearings. Like I said, now I got to get that crank out of the bag, blow it off, blow this block off, just to make sure. I mean, I've cleaned the shop. There. I've cleaned the floor, I've shop vacuumed everything, and making it as clean as possible in here as I can. I mean, what I'm working in now compared to what I used to, this is like a hospital room. But if we had great luck years ago, and we'll So, okay. That's where people cuss about having the tools, but having the right tools help you get the right job done, and you know. Would that have bugged me? I mean, I wanted to know until I ran that and it ate the front main out if that was going to work or not. But I went to the shortest distance, and that's where the plug, and it goes in at an angle, so actually it goes away from the front. So being there and that, and with it angling back, there's plenty of clearance there. So all right, we got that one in. That I want to clean my hands and check over the crank, and we should be good to go. Hey, I'm still going. How y'all doing? Yeah, I'm still here. I am feeling, I don't know, I'm feeling a lot better. You know, like I said, they said I shouldn't feel the effects of this, but I can lift stuff. I can move stuff. I don't have that tightness in my chest already, so that's good. Anyway, I just got done. I'm going to have to check out these other cranks. I'm going to have to tell him if they're going to be baked for a little bit, he needs to WD-40 them or WD-40 these cranks or something, because got a little bit of flash on, but it wiped right off. So I'll show you guys. Here's okay, fat fingers hit the button. There's the crank. She's looking good. It's a standard 350. It's been, yeah, you balance that to this motor, so yep, there's a little extra. Gonna wipe off. So years ago I used to coat my motors with WD-40. And then there's the rear seal, and you see how I offset the rear seal. And make sure you put the lip in the right way. And you put those bearings in the block dry, but you put your assembly lube, oil, whatever is your preference on your bearings. I've seen so many videos out there where guys have put oil or assembly lube or something under those bearings and then put them in the block. No. Not how it works, so don't do that. But yeah, let's see, we'll get you guys set. Let's see, we'll set you over here. And okay, so we have to stop and take it eat because all of a sudden blood sugars are doing a lot better. So this is just a personal doing of mine. I've used it on many a motor, and I've had good luck with doing this. So we'll get ready, and don't be shy with this stuff. I mean, use whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, I just use the assembly loop, and then don't put this in dry. Put a little. I smeared a little bit of oil on it, so it's been oiled. Then I'm talking the rear seal. No sealer or nothing on the steel. Set it down in there. Offset it. It'll be good to go. So I'm going to get the crank. I'll set it in here. I'm going to wipe down the main caps and all that. And you be gentle sitting her down in there. All right. Okay. I'm going to get the main caps cleaned up and we'll put the bearings on. Okay, I was going to show you guys before. What I did is set the seal there, facing the correct way. Yep. This lip needs to go in towards the motor. Like I said, don't put it in dry. And right there, you just wet that with RTV, and you're good. That seals that rear cap. Where'd I go with my wrench? No. Where'd I? I was really surprised this black RTV was still usable. Where'd it? Oh, there it is. Let's see. No, I just had it. Anyway, let me get that. You might notice I got some belts missing, but I'm just hand tightening this to get the. And now pull these bolts out. I'm just trying to get everything set down. Making sure it free spans like it should, so. And this one's got the alignment pin on it, so you don't have to hit the crank forward and back. So. And if you don't put a little RTV there where I did, it just barely squeezed out, it could have an oil leak there. Oh, that's nice and smooth, even with the seal in. So, cool. We're about ready to start assembling piston and rod and checking it again. So, I know. But there we go. Alrighty, yeah, that's. I'll get these. I'll get the other bolts. Some of them fell out in the pan. I'll get my bolt lube so I can do that, and I'm actually going to wash my hands again. They're not dirty, but they just touching that crank after WD-4 and they just feel neat. Clean is always good. So yeah, I just barely squeezed out the silicone, so I know that, because you don't want to put a lot in there because then it gets wrapped up in your rear seal and everything. You just want to wet it ever so slightly. So yeah. Alrighty. Okay, we're going to test fit our first rod and piston in this motor finally after all of this time. It's been a long time coming. But, so yeah, bearing ting out, eyebrows up. So, another reason I'm using bushed rods right now is because it's cheaper for me because I don't have to pay somebody to put the rods on the pistons, and this way if something breaks I can fix it myself without having to go to the machinist. I can change out a piston or whatever. So let's see. This is the first time, so let's see if we're out of the deck. Nope, we're not. We're still below deck on this side anyway. See, this block, the only reason I got decked is because we have to put a sleeve in it. Yes, a sleeve, which is perfectly fine. So, okay. I now know that is good. Knowing that, I just put oil on that instead of white lithium grease, just because I was testing it. Better take that call out, mama. Okay, knowing that turns over and goes all the way around, and it's below deck, I'm happy. I'm at a point where we're going to stop, because now the next thing is I got to check all the ring gaps, and get the ring gaps checked, make sure they're good, and then we got to sit here and start assembling the rods onto the piston with this set of pistons. What do they got? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shine. Shine, shine, shine. Guess what? I guess I'm gonna have to steal a set from another set of pistons. I forgot to get those. They're not there. No, that's right. Those the seal power ones didn't come with them. The Keith Blacks did. I'll have to double check what he sent home. He might have sent home an extra set. You know what? I think he did. Now I'll just figure out where I put it. And see, this block here would work great for a race car that's got a manual tranny, because it's got that hole there for the clutch ball, or if this was going into an old truck, the bracket mounted here with the clutch ball for a straight truck. So this one's got all the holes, and that 400 back there, it was casted for them, but they weren't drilled. So, but yep, crank turns great, the piston moves fine, it's below deck. I know I gotta check the rest of the corners, but right now that's where it is. It's late, I want to get this video up for you guys. Yeah, it's already yeah. So I guess tomorrow, I got a doctor's appointment with the back doctor to see what he thinks, if it's going to be shots or if it's going to be surgery, or if I'm going to be going under the knife for quite a few things to fix things. So, but this is about the motor build. That's something else. So anyway, I guess after chasing those threads and sending this back through the hot tank, they look great. So yeah, this is gonna be just right. And I was kind of getting confused with inventories. I was looking at the sheet that the machinist wrote, and I'm like, I ain't adding up enough crankshafts. And I swore the 400 crank I took up was standard. I swore it said standard on the bearings I took out of it, but it may not have. I don't know. I'll know here in a little bit if it's mine or not. But and if it ain't mine, I got a better deal, even though it's turned. No. It just, I've tore this stuff apart so long ago, I just can't. Years ago I could have told you where every little bolt and that, but it's getting harder to do the older you get, so that's why this is the first time in a long time I've had this many motors to put together at once, and that's where I kind of wish I had more engine stands, everything on the stand, and everything piled with that motor to go with it. as I'm finding bits and pieces for the 377 that's going to stay here. The 377 staying. That's going to go probably in the Monte Carlo or the Camaro, or it's going to go into something, and we're going to go to the track one way or another. So yeah, I got the rings there, pistons, and we're starting to move along, and I can feel, oh, let's see what the temp is right now. The temp is -11. I can feel the cold air coming in. And if you guys are worried about me being messed up with fumes, it's a propane heater. I actually leave my inside door open on my storm, and the storm door is not sealed. I got a pretty good draft. I keep fresh air coming into the building. And also I've got my air filter up there. You can hear that rattling. That sucks. It's rotating the air in here, so it helps keep the fresh air coming in, and I'm not gassing myself. I bet that's been the best. I just figured it up. I went through my first full bottle of propane with that little heater, and that little heater, it went about 8.5 hours, and I don't think I switched batteries on that heater. So I just happened to look up and seen it was starting to flash that it was getting a low battery. So I shut her off, changed it, and I haven't turned it back on, but a few minutes that thing running, it's up here nice. I'm keeping the shop about 70, 75 degrees. And the best thing is, it's costing me the charged batteries, it's costing me for the propane, but versus that electric furnace and paying the big guys, and hopefully drive the electric bill down here at the farm. So it's got to help. All I know is it's helping me because I'm not cold and hurting. So anyway, I guess that's where we're at. That's where we're going to leave it. So this is the end of part 2. And if I remember, the next part will be part 3 of fitting the rings and installing the rods and pistons, and see if we can get this into a short block form. I've only hand tightened the crank. Everything's spinning fine. So when I'm done, I'm going to torque everything in, the mains and rods, so I'm not going back and forth between. If there was a little tightness on the crank or something didn't feel right, I would torque it right now. But we're just going to roll her over and go. So see y'all later. Have a good one. Stay warm, because at this time of the making of this video, it is the coldest it's been, they said, in over 20 years. Back in the 90s was about the last time I got this cold. I know 1996 it was -30. Yeah, that's the year my daughter was born, my oldest. So anyway, see y'all later.